What's the deal, everyone? Welcome back to the studio. I'm Jeremy Deal, and by the end of today's video, I really hope that I've convinced you to start making videos like right now. If you're new to the channel, I've been a photographer my entire life. I have memories in my grandfather's darkroom, also known as the closet, as far back as I can remember. Being a wee little lad, I grew up on film and hesitantly moved to the digital process a bit too late in my career. And a few years ago, I actually started making that jump from photography to videos and cinematography. And in case you didn't know, I own a local visual media marketing company that specializes in content for realtors and brokerages. So, if any of that topic matter I just briefly touched on interest you, and you enjoy the way I present the rest of this video, a sub to the channel, or maybe just a like on this video. It'll help me with the algorithm, and let's be real, it makes me feel good inside, right here, touching. Now, I'm going to be relating this story directly to my own, since that's obviously my highest point of reference. And since I started doing real estate videos before any other kind of video work, I'll tell you why I think this is the hardest way to start creating videos, but also the quickest way to teach yourself exactly how much video is different than the photo process. What matters the most in the real estate industry when it comes to photography in particular is the representation of the property. Your photos have to look dead on accurate to whatever was there. You can't turn the photo black and white if you're not a fan of the colors, and you can't add a fun Instagram-y filter if it's a bit out of focus or your horizon line is bonk. If it's not perfect in camera, it will never be perfect in editing, and that's what makes real estate photography in particular so hard. Now, that is also what makes real estate videography hard. Starting with real estate videos will quickly teach you how important it is to get your exposure and white balance dead on accurate in the field. Teaching yourself to do video work on creative projects is a little more lackadaisical, to say the least. You're not being held to the same standard of quality you would be for a real estate video. And that quality is what makes it so difficult, and that high difficulty level is what makes it such a great teacher. I learned in just a few weeks what it takes some people months and years to learn when it comes to video work. And I personally think that has a lot to do with the fact that I was doing real estate in particular. It always had to be about accurate representation, and that's the hardest thing to accomplish, whether it be photo or video work we're talking about here. One of the first things you'll learn in the process is how much less forgiving video work can be than photo work. Photography has a high latitude of recoverability, whether you're overexposed or whether you're overexposed. It doesn't really matter too much, especially with today's cameras. Video work, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. You want to be exactly within the smallest degree of variance to that perfect exposure that the camera recommends, and each camera is different with what those recommended numbers are. Why am I telling you all this? Why am I talking about video like it matters? Well, that's because to me, it does. You watch my videos to learn something in the process, whether it be how to enhance your workflow or the quality of the work you produce or the money you make. And that last one, that's what this is all about, the money you make. So if you've made it this far in the video, prepare for what everything else I had to say really matters. I've been a lifelong photographer. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I've won tons of awards and made lots of money doing photography over my career. It's supported me for most of my life and my family entirely since before I was even married. But what makes even more money than all of that photo work I've done in the past is the video work I'm doing right now. I regret not learning video a long time ago. I guess I was kind of like a photography purist for a long time. I refused to switch from film to digital because I was that snobby purist. Maybe I also didn't want to learn something new. Thinking back on it now, I have no clue why I didn't really want to switch from film to digital. Maybe because I was too busy listening to everyone else in the industry instead of taking in that information and applying it to my knowledge of what the future could and will be. So I missed out on a lot of money over the years by simply saying, no, I don't care about video. I'm only here for photos, bro. If I could go back and do it all again, I would have started learning video the moment I could, because photography and video work, well, they mesh really well together as a hireable service. My real estate photography company is very profitable. I have multiple employees, and all of those employees make over half of the charge the client price. This is extremely rare in our industry, by the way. Most business owners are trying to pay their creators as little as possible. For me, the well-being of my employees matters more than that extra $100 I can make a week off of them. You run your business how you choose, but I believe in taking care of the people who take care of me. Without my employees, I wouldn't be making any of that extra money. So it's only fair they get their share in those rewards too. Sorry for that tangent. Back to the topic matter. We were just talking about real estate photography and how profitable it is, but you know what's more profitable than real estate photography is real estate videography. And you know what blows both of those out of the water? It's a real estate photo and video package. You want to make more money and do that as quick as possible? Learn how to upsell to your current client base. What's the best upsell you can do? Video. Why? Because it's expensive. When I started offering video services to my real estate clients, those jobs not only stopped me from driving to 5 properties a day, now I only drive to 2, but my average client spend went from roughly $170 per to $450 per, almost overnight. Sometimes I quite literally can't keep up and debate on hiring another video person for my company. Learning how to do real estate video was the #1 thing that enhanced my lifestyle. 1, not 2. I drive to less properties a day, so I'm less stressed out and I'm in traffic less. There's much more time at each of those properties, so my day is a little more laid back because I'm not rushing through to get to the next one. And I make more money in less time. As an example, to make $1,000 a week doing just photos, I would have had to do 8 properties. But doing video, well, I can make that in just 2. So it's increased the amount of money I make, and it's decreased the amount of time I work, and it's decreased the amount of stress in my life directly related to that work. But that's not where it ends, because video is a much faster growing industry than photos. As a matter of fact, photographers all over the US and world right now are having serious issues keeping their studio doors open. Trust me, I know. I had a physical portrait studio at one point as well, for a really long time. Video is only growing stronger and stronger. Learning video allowed me to open up from just doing real estate gigs to now I do agent interview work, which means I'm doing commercial video work as well, which leads to commercial jobs outside of the real estate industry. Working with companies you align with and people you want to work with. And the best part for me personally is it's recently opened up the opportunity for me and my buddy Josh that I did unsolicited conjecture. Don't forget that name. If you haven't noticed, we haven't made that podcast in a while. And that's simply because we're working on our first short film. Me learning video has opened up the ability to create this film, which I'm super stoked about. Out of all my professional accomplishments, when this one's done, I think it'll be the thing I'm most proud of. It's the thing I've worked for so long and something that lots of us dream about getting to pull off one day. Learning video literally enhanced my life in ways I could never expect, and I was so staunchly against it for the longest time. I wish I was around for myself back then to slap the stubborn out of me. Only with age did wisdom come, and that allowed me to step outside of my own body and look at choices from a third-person view. If I only knew then what I knew now. Well, that's the whole point of this video, folks. I'm trying to teach you what I wish I'd known then. And that is simply get off your ass. Use whatever camera you have available and start teaching yourself video right now. I started making videos on an Olympus OMD Mark II. Trust me when I tell you it has atrocious video. But that doesn't matter. Learning is what matters, and agents still bought it. Take those vacant properties you go to currently and start shooting video in them. Teach yourself the basics of video and how to move a camera inside of a house and start charging people for that knowledge. So you too can spend less time working and more time doing the things you really want to do, like hanging out with family or friends and chasing those dreams you've always aspired towards. Thank you all for listening to me. Thanks for being a part of the channel, and thank you for being a part of this discussion. If you like this video and want to see more of it, comment down below, use my affiliate links and all that jazz. You know the spiel. Help me to help you by not costing you anything. Keep rocking and rolling, enjoy what you're doing, make smart business decisions, and if you've learned anything, teach yourself how to do video. I will catch you next time. Yeah.